Good hello, look, it's Harmony 16. What? I haven't used it yet. First impressions time. I haven't even really read any of the documentation properly. What new features are there? Let's discover them together. I wonder where to begin. I could just press around and hope I find things. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of hidden stuff that is just very clearly labeled in the documentation, so we'll go have a look at that in a moment. But for now, there are definitely a few buttons that are not familiar. What is this one? Is that like a clone stamp? Oh, good. Whoa, what? It is like a clone stamp, sort of. Oh, I see. They're going after a stamp brush. Hence the picture of a stamp. Okay, so looks like Tool Properties comes with a whole bunch of templates. I guess they're just as examples for you to use. Swap them out with your own artwork. Put the spacing together. I'm guessing this would be used for making all sorts of different brushes. If it's constantly swapping between different states on the fly, then you can get some of the very painterly stuff that you see operating underneath TV Paint's brushes. Well, hang on, they're even named after what the examples are. Size comparison, right. So in your production, you can just quickly go and reference character sheets of anyone in the show and make sure that they're scaled right. Same thing for pose libraries, I guess. Walking, jumping, yeah, they're all similar purposes, but down here, tags. Note giving. Storyboard notes. And of course, brushable particles. So the demonstrations of 3 or 4 of the primary different uses that you would have for it. Being able to paint textures, being able to store references inside of it, and also being able to communicate with others. So it's like the regular drawing swap outs on the timeline. Like I can go through the different drawings I've got here already, but this is like preloading that into a brush. Oh, I see. So you can use this slider to cycle through each one and then stamp down each one. Oh, there we go. Wait, was that staying the same? Yeah, so each time I stamp it's staying the same, and it's only moving when I drag it. I wonder if there's a shortcut for cycling through the stamp that you would like. Alright, tool properties seem to have size, spacing, general Photoshop-y type stuff. What I'm not seeing is... here we go. Cycle forwards, random. That's what I want to see. So with that, yeah, increase the spacing on something and you'd be able to create all sorts of interesting texture brushes out of it that would generate themselves randomly. That's really cool. Okay, I'm sure there's a lot of different features in here, and I've gotten carried away just on the first one. What else is there? The onion skin tool seems to have a pull-down menu now. Show advanced onion skin. Whoa! Oh, look at that. Regular onion skin even has colored brackets now, so you can always remember which one's forwards and backwards. And what's the advanced one? The brackets are much wider. There's got to be some deeper controls somewhere. Because these brackets can't be moved. Windows. Aha. Was there an onion skin window before? No, that's definitely new. Okay. You can see what's happening here. This is a... I'll check this out. Oops. Let's do the ball. And what I'm guessing this is we can individually control how much onion skin shows. Oh, look at that. Give emphasis to something that's a little bit in the distance. They're all linked together, though. How can I unpin that somehow? By drawings? No. I'm guessing this connects it with marking keys. That's something coming up in a feature nugget soon. So be subscribed to that. Oh, this way I can just turn them all off and on individually. That's cool. Looks like it's operating like a Bezier curve. You can select either side and one in the middle. But I can't give it individual control, at least not yet. Might be somewhere. Link sliders. There we go. Now I can do whatever the heck I want. Make it really crazy. I do apologize though, because I've actually been using Harmony 14 up until now. So there might be a couple of things that were introduced in version 15 that I'm getting that I may notice. Like this thing. The thumbnails. Is that new? I don't think that's new. I'm pretty sure I remember people talking about being able to see thumbnails on individual frames. But that's exciting. This mirror though, I don't recognize that. No idea if this is before or later. Oh, what? It just flips things back and forth so you can make sure that your perspective isn't bad. Ooh, already I'm seeing a difference. Before even starting, what is that? A waypoint? Oh, what? That changes everything! Nerd networks will never be messy again! Holy cow! You have no idea how big a deal this is! How do I make more? Can you only get one per thing? Can I type it and get... No! Okay, so I'm guessing every thread will just have a dot in it? Well, that one didn't. Oh, it does. Okay. So press a corresponding thing and get to its way. Yes! Waypoints! Okay. What else is there? Any other newcomers? Some of them have new thumbnails, I think. Particularly the particle examples. What else? There's not a whole lot of new ones. There's Shake. What's Shake do? Is it just Quake rebranded? Let's see if is Quake gone? No, Quake's still there. What's the difference between Quake and Shake? What happens if I put them together into one thing? Will it open a black hole? Oh, they're vastly different properties. However, it does seem to be a sequel to the Quake. I haven't ditched the old one, just in case you like it. You can do a lot with it. I remember being able to push it pretty far beyond what it was made for. But this looks like, rather than just having an amplitude thing, now you can influence them all individually. You can turn on X, Y, and Z, but the intensity would be just for everything. So you can make it shake really hard left and right and a little bit up and down. You could do that before if you just put two Quakes on top of each other, but having it combined is pretty nice. Steps, that's new. Moving the pivot, I think. What I really would have liked to have seen is however much it shakes, like its current position, wherever it moves to, that number will appear. Maybe it does appear. If its position... Hang on, I'm going to do a little experiment. So I can get out all of that. It dodges everything. What the heck happened there? The waypoint hovers. Why would it do that? What? Sorry, tangent. Can I, what happens there? Do I connect up to it? Nope. I can't connect down either. It's just sort of existing forever now. So is it just there to be deleted? And that's it. That's a thing? That's a weird 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Unless there must be something I'm missing. Anyway, time to make a shaky boy. Okay, okay, for one thing, it's way smoother than the Quake was. The Quake would sort of just, well, you could make it move smoothly, but it had no easing. It would always move to a certain point, then suddenly change direction. But it looks like this is sort of coming to a stop and then taking off again. difficult to say. It looks more jelly-like, at least. But what I really want to see is if these positional numbers change. No. Hang on. I'm going to quickly keyframe them. Tween them up a bit. See what happens. Okay. Not a lot. Yeah, so what I was really hoping for is that you would see this number sort of adjusting and moving and just showing wherever it currently sits. If that was visible, then you could take that parameter and then pin it to anything, like attach it to a light bulb and have it, have its quaky shakiness, flicker it on and off. Anyway, I found a way around it using code, putting some JavaScript into a layer. I should show you how to do that soon. Okay, I think I've seen enough. Time to look at the release document and see what is actually there officially. Alright, this is the Harmony 16 release state. Let's see what we found and what we missed. Shift and trace in camera view. That's cool. Shift and trace has always existed in the drawing view. It's a very well hidden feature though. It's like 5 steps deep. So if it's existing in camera view, then it might be a little bit easier to access, which is neato. Onion skinning. Yeah, we found that stuff. Flexible opacity levels. Yep. Advanced onion skin. Yep. Effortless drawing substitutions. So is that the brush stamp thing? Because I think that might be something else, because that looks like a keyframe caddy extension, being able to have thumbnails and stuff. I've seen that done as a plugin that someone had made once upon a time as well. So to see that implemented, it's great. Instantly modify multiple. Oh, what? What I'm seeing here is Toon BIM's had an interesting relationship with the other competing animation softwares, because it's always been very far ahead in multiple ways, and we've seen programs like Flash and TV Paint start to implement features in order to catch up. However, the things that made those programs unique and stood out were interesting, because there was another side of the coin. There were features that Toon BIM didn't have in order to keep up with them. And it seems like a lot of the stuff here is starting to fill in those gaps. Like this onion skin thing here, like that's been in TV Paint for donkey's years. This has been in Flash for donkey's years. Definitely modify multiple frames. That goes back to the Macromedia Flash days. But then, of course, there is all of their wonderful, unique stuff, like node view improvements. Snap cables into straight lines and aligned nodes for a better organization. Oh, yeah. Easily modify deformers. What does that mean? Oh, is that like a control handle thing in the middle? Oh, this is like Christmas. Master controller enhancements. They're an interesting one. They're so bloody complex that a lot of the time I wonder if it's just quicker to draw them. I'm sure they work well once they're set up, but the setup period seems intense. So if that's been enhanced, that is wonderful. Okay, I think I've got a little bit of research to do. I'm going to watch these videos. You should probably do it too. And I'll be back with a bit more of a proper, well-informed what's new video, and go through some of the stuff that we did today, and might cover some of today's stuff again as well, just more in depth. Hope you enjoyed this off the cuff. First impressions, whatever's. Have a good one.